everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Veach season. This is episode, coincidentally enough, it's episode 6969. And
Nice.
oddly, when it was my 14th birthday, I had a birthday party one time, and I was playing Mortal Kombat with my buddies, and my score was like 69,669 or something like that. And I was like, oh, bro, my score is 69, blah, 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 blah. And I shit you not, my mom, dead ass, in front of all my friends at my birthday party, goes, why is that such a cool score, Rocky? I was like, oh, well, you know, it's just like, it's a score. And I just thought it was a cool number. She's like, well, what makes it a cool number? And I was like, she literally, I shit you guys not, made me sit there and explain to her in full detail in front of all of my friends when I was 14 why the number 69 was such a cool number to a 14-year-old.
So, Rocky, why is it so cool to a 14-year-old?
Well, Kramer, you see,
okay, all right, we can hold on. We've been canceled once. We don't want to do it again.
When two people meet on a dating app or in line at the Sam's Club, you know,
or party line. That was party line days back then.
Yeah,
your mom's a cold piece, though. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah, she did. My mom, 100% cold, heartless, will just embarrass your ass in front of everybody. She's the type that has no problem with spanking you in the middle of church. You know, like that was my mom growing up.
Sounds familiar.
So anyway, welcome back to another episode of Each Season. We're already off to a hot start of staying on track here, so that's good to know. Brett Veach couldn't be here again today. He's out doing some voodoo magic, trying to heal Rashee Rice's knees. Last I heard, the chicken count is up to about 85 chickens he's slaughtered, 3 goats, and he's trying to find a llama. I don't know what the blood of a llama does. I'm not asking questions, but I'm here for it. That's all I'm saying, guys.
I heard he was looking for virgin blood too. So
yeah, virgin llamas. Do you know how hard it is to find a virgin llama? Because guys, I don't know if you know this, but llamas like they get down and dirty. Like I know if you've seen like what is it? The Emperor's New Groove. They say llamas spit. Llamas don't spit.
I swear, if you change my algorithm right now on Twitter, I'm gonna be pissed.
But yeah. So anyway, Veach can't be here tonight because he's out. He's out sourcing some livestock to sacrifice to the voodoo gods to try to heal Rashee Rice, and that's actually the second opinion they're trying to get at the moment. So we're here as your guest hosts once again. Rocky Magaña and Kramer Sansone, and we are gracing us with his presence. Don't know how we got him on the show, but he agreed to come on. Obviously, he's never listened to the show before. Otherwise, he wouldn't know what he got himself into. But we got the Kingdom Kast Countryboi567 with us. What's up, bro? Welcome so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
What's happening? So last week I heard y'all talk about UFOs. Yeah. 666 Mafia, and then y'all sort of kind of talked about the game, and I was like, I want to do that show.
Well, let me tell you, we got quite the lineup in store today, and it's going to be more of the same, for better or worse. I don't know. But listen, if you got conspiracy theories, bro, get them off. Like, don't hold back. Like
not today. I think we're gonna leave it alone today. I won't start blowing a gasket on the side when you gotta edit this.
As soon as he gets off the show, he's gonna be like, son of a bitch, I should have told him that pyramids were antennas to the home planet.
No, we are definitely trying to build this family type relationship thing where we doing some collabs with Foolish Club Media, Kingdom Kast, and you guys can come on Kingdom Kast, or we're gonna mix it all up and all over the show. Shout out to Brian B. Shannon and Ron and BK and Starter himself. You know what I'm saying? So this is a blending of the mind. So I think it'll be a fruitful partnership, and I think it's already paying dividends, and we respect you guys, and I hope the feeling is likewise.
Dude, the feeling's really likewise. Dude, we're so grateful that you're come on the show and you're in here to hang out with us for a bit and talk about some stuff and some football, hopefully.
Some things.
Whatever pops up, honestly. And so it's that time of the week, though, where we talk about what's hot with Krame Dog. But then also after that, we're going to follow it up with a what's hot with Country Boy. So first off, though, what's hot with Krame Dog?
So game 162, 161 and 162 finished today of the recording with the Mets and Braves. So that means there's no more regular season baseball. But you know who made it? The Kansas City Royals made the playoffs for the first time since 2015. And are you kidding me? They're playing Baltimore, though. I hope they can get by them because I want to see some playoff baseball here in Kansas City. Like, I'm actually giddy. I'm just going to be selfish. I'm a Cardinals fan. They didn't make it. Oh, well, boo-hoo. Get that out of the way. I'm cheering on the Royals this upcoming year because you know what? I want to embrace what the Royals are here in Kansas City because you know what? If something's thriving right now across the street with Kansas City Chiefs, why can't it just thrive across the street to one Royal way with the Royals? Come on now. Like, I cannot wait. I hope they beat Baltimore, but we'll have to see there.
Yeah. Do we know they're playing in Kansas City or in Baltimore?
It's all Baltimore for the only 3 games that are in the series. If it goes 3 games, then if they were to win, they'll play they will play the Yankees. The first 2 games will be in New York.
Yeah.
Next 2 or 3, however they are. I think it's a 5-game series after that. So they'll divvy it.
But the wild
So
card,
they got to win twice in Baltimore to get to Kansas. Okay. Last time we played Baltimore, we swept them, right?
In the playoffs?
In the playoffs.
They didn't lose. They didn't lose at all.
Yeah. 10 years ago, we swept them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it was only 10
Full
years
circle.
ago. Yeah.
See, I want it to happen again. I want to see playoff baseball in person for once.
Kansas City is a football town, and I know Bob Fesco has a problem with this all the time. But
Bob.
When the baseball team is doing good, it's a little bit better in the city when the baseball team is doing good. And now the football team's on a historic run. So you got them both at the same time. You got some women's soccer, you got some men's soccer, all that bubbling at the same time. And then, college football. Kansas. Missouri, K-State. Everybody's bubbling. It's almost basketball season again. So we'll mix KU in then. So it's a good time to be talking sports in the city right now. It's exciting right now. So,
amen.
Myself personally, I'm happy because the Royals sucked for like let's be honest. They 100 how many years straight?
They barely won 60 games. They don't think they even won 60 games last year.
Last year was a disaster. So for them to even be in the playoff conversation was a win already. For them to actually be in the playoffs, this is already a win for me. Now, once you get in there, you might as well win the damn thing, right?
That's what I'm saying. So,
let's just win the damn thing. What's the line from Major League? Is that Major League 1 or 2?
I think that's
might as well win the damn thing.
Let's go win the whole damn thing, right?
Yeah. Let's go win.
Let's win the whole fucking thing is what he said.
Yeah, let's go win the whole fucking
thing. I didn't know I was trying to be PG.
Hey, that's on me. I'll take the lumps on that.
Listen, if they cancel us, they cancel us. We believe in freedom of speech on here, and we're gonna do us until they kick us off the air, and it may happen sooner rather than later. But if talking about acquiring koala meat last week didn't get us kicked out the air,
that's what y'all was talking about, koalas and the pandas.
I feel like we got enough leeway that we could at least get away with an F-bomb when we're talking about baseball.
Plus, we were also quoting it from verbatim, so we're okay.
Yeah, it is a quote. And
it
also,
is.
I'll be honest, guys. Like in Major League, remember when they're getting ready to go on that historic run, and every time they win a game, they take a piece of clothing off of there. Like, if it's going to motivate the boys, they can make that of me and put it in the locker room. And every time it's going to start out with me being naked. And every time they win a playoff game, they put a piece of clothing back on to motivate the guys to keep winning.
They should put. I was going to say they should put Gracie Hunt, but I don't want to piss anybody off. Who's the new hot actors right now? Sweeney. What's her name?
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, use her.
Well, we're the official Chiefs podcast of Halle Berry fans, and
That's
so
very true.
Put Halle Berry. put Halle Berry in that
That's
locker
actually
room.
How far do you go back? I'm a last Boy Scout Halle Berry fan.
Yo, Boomerang. Like we go all the way back.
Boomerang, Strictly Business.
Yeah, Strictly Business. I mean, we're
Oh,
talking about like when she
here-
hottest. It's like, oh,
I'll tell you one where she didn't look hot, but she was really great. Jungle Fever.
oh yeah, she was awesome in Jungle Fever.
She
That's
was
like
awesome.
that's also saying like Monsters Ball. Like she was awesome in Monsters Ball. Didn't look hot.
Never got past that one scene in Monsters Ball. I wonder.
There's only that's like I never got past that one scene in Swordfish either, right? You know, but
That's a
I'll
good
tell you
scene.
what, a shitty movie that she was in where she looked hot was The Flintstones. Like, I mean, she was banging.
Was that Hugh Jackman?
Oh, Swordfish, yeah. Swordfish was Hugh Jackman. He had to like crack a computer while she was on her knees under the desk. Like, there's no way that any dude is going to be able to crack a computer.
That's how they tested him. They made the girl have sex with him, and he was like, "Break the code in 5 seconds." He's like, "Oh."
Yeah, literally, Halle Berry would walk in the room, and I would just be like, "Oh,
Swordfish." Swordfish. If you haven't seen Swordfish, go. It's a terrible movie, but go. You have to see it just to say you did. We are totally off track. Go back, Kramer. I'm sorry. Go.
It's like watching Catwoman.
We're on track. What you mean?
No, this is par for the course. Like it's like watching Catwoman. Like that movie sucks, but it's awesome. It's awesome because
for a young Kramer Sansone, that was a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
No,
young Kramer Sansone. Every time his mom walked in the room while he was watching, he's like, "Get out! Get out!
Get out!"
Where did all this lotion come from?
I'm ashy. Come on now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got this dry hands and elbows.
Your mom was just sitting there looking at your guys' Amazon Prime order, like, how many bottles of Jergens are you ordering each month?
Hey, I'm not that young to have Amazon like that on speed dial. Okay,
you have it like you had it on auto ship like every 48 hours, right? On the just save 10% on the subscribe.
72. Get it right.
Y'all are crazy.
But that is what's hot with Krame Dog.
Well,
that's what's hot with Krame Dog.
In other news, Pete Rose died.
Yeah,
passed away. That was sad.
I'm old enough to know Pete Rose. I'm not old enough to know his baseball career like that. Yeah. But Pete Rose and Kane at WrestleMania is the funniest 3 segments of WrestleMania of all time. Is it the second one where he's like, "Hey Boston, how about it?" or something? He says something about the guy in Boston, and then Kane comes down and just choke slams him. Then they got the one where he dressed as a chicken, and he was like threatening Kane, and he choke slams him. Pete Rose versus Kane at WrestleMania. They did it 3 separate times. They're all completely hilarious, and he should be in the Hall of Fame just for that point. But baseball Hall of Fame sucks. Hey, they're too judgmental.
The writers really do taste it. Trust me.
Yeah. Now that he's passed away, do you think that they're going to put him in the Hall of Fame? You think they're just going to let it go?
If he was going to be in the Hall of Fame,
they're so judgmental and they're so strong on their beliefs. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Period.
Yep.
Even take out the steroid years. Take all that out. He's still a Hall of Famer.
Just
look at the numbers.
Just give me his Pittsburgh.
Just off Pittsburgh alone, he's a Hall of Famer.
100%.
There's no reason. Pete, how much did he bet on the game? He wasn't betting $1 million, was he? Was he?
Well,
right?
Here's the thing: is he never bet against his own team either. He always bet his team to win, and that was the thing that people said was, he bet on the games that he was playing in, but he bet for them to win. He bet that they were going to win the game. Like they talk about bet on yourself, like he literally bet on himself. And so I like when I was younger and impressionable, I was like, "Oh, the integrity of the game," and blah 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 blah. But now that I'm a gambling degenerate of a human, I'm like, he's not that much different from me. And
bro,
I raced children.
We all knew Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. We all knew what was going on. We didn't care.
Yo,
we didn't care. Baseball didn't care neither.
It made
Here's-
money.
this
They
is a
didn't
true
care.
story. This is a true story. In 1987, I had Mark McGuire's Topps rookie card, right? And you see that dude in 1987, he is babyface, just clean shaved babyface player. 1990, he looks like his face has been drugged up and down a gravel road for 6 hours and has a bushy beard out to here and is 6 times his size.
You're like a
And I
Nestle
remember-
Crunch Bar.
Yeah, and I remember getting that 1990 Mark McGuire card when I opened the pack and I looked at my older brother and I said, "Oh my gosh, what happened to Mark McGuire? He looks so different."
He
My
became
brother
friends with
goes,
Jose
I didn't
Canseco.
even recognize him when he was in St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah,
he
my
was just
brother.
so huge. It was like, who is this guy?
Well, in that moment, we're kids. Like I'm talking, like I'm 9 years old here. My brother's 12. My brother literally looks at me and goes, "He's on steroids, man." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Like 9-year-old me knew that Mark McGuire was on steroids.
It was like a wink. It was like a wink, wink. Like, hey, Sammy Sosa's great, right? Right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't just all of a sudden hit 60 home runs out of any. Everybody was hitting home runs. What's the Rafael Palmeiro was hitting 60 home? It's like, come on, bro. Like this guy with glasses.
Well,
Like,
yeah, and like
how's he hitting home runs?
Andres Galarraga.
He knew what was going on.
Yeah,
Man, let them
Andres
guys in the
Galarraga's
Hall of
out there.
Fame.
Everybody was. Jeff Bagwell. Every dude was just launching.
Everybody was hitting 50 home runs. The only guy that wasn't using steroids was Ken Griffey Jr. He kept running in the walls and hurting himself.
And yeah, he
That's
couldn't
the only
stay
reason
healthy.
we knew he wasn't using steroids.
It's
like,
insane.
We knew Griffey was not using steroids just by that. Yeah, that's
because he kept getting hurt. We was like, man, Griffey's great, but
he was using the roids. He'd be out there.
yeah, now if Griffey came out and they found out Griffey was on steroids, I think he would be the one guy that hurt. Because kids my age, if you were born in the 80s, especially a black kid born in the 80s, Ken Griffey Jr. was the guy. Ken Griffey, Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonilla, Darryl Strawberry, but those guys were like drug addicts.
He was a dude that wasn't snorting lines of cokes off hookers' asses. You know, he was actually he had every kid modeled, even me, like every kid modeled their baseball stance after King Griffey Jr. growing up.
The backwards hat, the stance, the swing, the
everything.
kid. His shoes were top 3 with Jordan, Dion, Bo Jackson, all those top 5 in shoes and all that. Bro, come on. Ken Griffey Jr. was the man, bro. Like, I just don't like baseball. It's so judgmental about guys doing steroids when we all knew they were doing steroids.
100%. To this day, I mean, like, I only wear my hat backwards because I started wearing my hair backwards because of King Griffey Jr. when I saw him do it. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then my dad was like, wear your hat like a man, like the right way. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, Dad, this is the cool way to wear it. And now
my first baseball game ever was King Griffey Jr. He hit like 2, just no doubt. Like, oh my God, out the park in Kauffman Stadium. Two good ones. It was like, oh my God.
The purest swing.
And the perfect swing. His swing, Ray Allen's jump shot, Allen Iverson's crossover is like perfection, bro. It's like you can't get no better than that. You know what I'm saying? So let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, man. Come on, that was like 50 years ago. You act like isn't Babe Ruth in the Hall of Fame? Wasn't he doing like greenies and drinking Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Ty Cobb was a known racist. He wasn't even a finger quote racist. He was like the guy's racist.
He was like dropping N-words in the post-game show racist.
So baseball feels themselves a little too much. They're too serious, and that's why they're like the 3rd major sport now. When I was growing up, baseball was the number 1 sport. It was no doubt they were the pastime. Everybody watched baseball. Everybody played baseball. Now it's like baseball's damn near a regional sport. It's local.
Well, especially you talk about like
I love baseball so much.
You talk about being a black kid growing up and watching baseball and King Griffey Jr. Like black participation in baseball is what, like an all-time
crazy.
legend.
It was Hal McRae. Goddamn, Frank White. What's the
Harold
I can't even
Reynolds.
think of
Harold
nobody.
Reynolds
Ozzie
was the
Newsome.
dude.
I mean, like we can go, bro. It was black kids all over the place. Now it's like
Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart was the
Dave
shit.
Winfield.
who's the only black? What? Andrew McCutcheon? Is he still?
Kutch is still playing. Yeah, he's still playing.
McCutcheon's still
He's
playing.
in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Is Cameron
still in
Maven still playing?
Yep. Well, he came back to Pittsburgh.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Is Mookie Betts still playing?
Yeah, he's in LA.
He's like 15 years deep, though, right?
He's about 8 or 9, or maybe 10 now.
And there's what, 5 other black guys outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not. It used to be damn near a black sport.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I saw a thing on Twitter today talking about how back in the day, Babe Ruth used to barnstorm with the Negro Leagues players, and he would literally bring $1,500 to every single game that he played with them because they didn't get paid shit, and he would distribute $1,500 amongst both teams because he thought that the baseball should be integrated back then, right? And like, so everybody talks about Babe Ruth being a womanizer and a drunk and probably doing.
He was a lot of things.
He was a lot of things, but
Yeah.
the dude was pro integration of baseball years before Jackie Robinson. We're talking decades before Jackie Robinson. He was out there beating the drum because in his mind, if you could give him a good time or B, hit a damn baseball, then you were okay in his book. Like he didn't give a shit about anything but a good time and playing baseball. And if you could do those two things.
And now that you bring that up, bro, another thing about baseball. Why didn't they let Buck O'Neil in before he passed away? They had ample opportunity to let. He was already an ambassador.
Yep.
He was already a great speaker. Put him in the Hall of Fame before he dies, and then you wait till he dies, and now it's like, oh, we don't want to see that. We could have seen him actually make the speech and entertain the entire Baseball Hall of Fame, but we wasted that. We wasted it, and it's like, I'm upset with baseball because as kids we all love baseball. Oh, we all started up on baseball. You play little league. Come on, man. There used to be a baseball field all over Kansas City. You couldn't go that far. Satchel Paige Stadium was right around the corner from where I grew up.
And back when Buck was alive too, listen to the stories of him just talking about like him and Satchel Paige on the road and stuff like that. Oh, those are the best stories you ever heard in your entire life.
And they had the opportunity to put that man in the Hall of Fame. It would have been great. It would have been, you could have gave back to the Negro Leagues. You could have all that history, and he was alive to see it. And you could have gave him his flowers. And then you wait till he passes away, and then
I get what you mean, dude. I seriously do.
You feel what I'm saying? No, I don't like seeing old guys die. You can give them their flowers while they're still alive. And like, is Mutombo in the league? Because Mutombo also passed away today. Is he in the Hall of Fame yet? Okay.
I don't know. I think he should be. He should be. If he
should be, right? He should be.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I feel like everybody.
That's another one.
2015, he was inducted.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a Hall of Fame that if you played, you get in. So.
Yeah, the NBA is look, baseball's not letting enough people in. The NBA and the NFL are letting way too many.
I can make the NBA one.
Yeah.
Like,
you played 10 years of the league. You're in. You're good.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim? Oh, yeah, come on down. It's like, what?
Tony Hill.
Why is Tony Hill in the...
Udonis Haslam will be an MVP just for the benches that he was riding during the ring era. So I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's class, Danny Ferry. It's like, what? What's in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
And Brad Gordery's in the Hall of Fame? Really?
Well, Grant Hill's in the Hall of Fame, and he played like 13 games.
I didn't want to say Grant Hill, but
7 years. Like, Duke could not stay healthy. He never played basketball.
He
was never on the court.
He should be in the College Hall of Fame, but not the NBA. I didn't want to say Grant Hill's name, but I can't deny it either. You put me in a weird position.
Yeah, Grant Hill should not be in the NBA Hall of Fame. He's a hell of a player. But
he should be in the Hall of Fame. Grant Hill, great player, though. He just couldn't stay healthy. Penny Hardaway. I love Penny Hardaway. He probably shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
No. Definitely
Injuries
should.
He just was hurt. He was ahead of the game. He would have been what they're talking about LeBron. I think Penny would have been, because he was 6'9", a point guard. He could shoot, he could dunk, he could pass, he could do it all. He was Scottie Pippen as a point guard. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
but
no, I believe.
I don't think injuries just damn injuries.
Penny Hardaway I was an Orlando Magic fan in Kansas City growing up back because the Magic
Who wasn't? They had the best jerseys. They had
everything.
The pinstripes, the blue with the pinstripe. Come on, man.
And now I live in Tampa. They're the closest NBA team to me. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm a Magic fan. Of course I'm a Magic fan. I've been a Magic fan since I was a kid. You kidding me?
Okay, quick question. And we're totally off subject, and I'm sorry. Could Kansas City,
apologies.
Could Kansas City sustain an NBA team? Could we make it work? Because with Kansas City, you got to kind of win. So would they have to come in hot? Or would Kansas City let them build gradually to being a contender? Or do they have to come in hot?
I think
they can't come in like the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, you can't. They couldn't bring the Kings back.
Why not?
As they are now.
Yeah, they couldn't be the Charlotte Hornets, bro. Kansas City wouldn't support that. They got to be contenders, in my opinion.
I think they have to have one player that the city can get behind.
That is yes. They have to have a guy from KU, Kansas, or Missouri. They have to have. Maybe all three of them.
Maybe one guy from each, right? That way all the rivalries
They don't even have to be starters, but somebody has to be Kansas, K-State, Mizzou.
So you would have to get
and a guy off the bench from UMKC.
Yeah.
There you go. But you would have to get one of the Porters here, right? You have to get Michael Porter Jr. here. Like you would have to. That'd be like that's the first move of business is getting him here.
And get both Morris twins just so they can just do something stupid.
Yeah, it has to be. And Jock Vaughn got to be the coach or something.
Yeah, Jock Vaughn's got to be the coach. And
Marcus Denman is Marcus Denman as an assistant, something, and then Ish Wainwright has got to be on the staff. We can make it all local. Anthony Peeler coming out of retirement.
Yeah,
he's a partial owner. And then Pat has to go to every game. Pat goes to every game.
He has to be an owner.
He has to be a partial owner. He has to attend every home game. Him and Brittany.
Who was that K-State stud who did nothing in the league and got busted for weed when he was a rookie? Michael
Beasley.
Michael Beasley. Yeah. Bring Michael Beasley back as a coach.
I'm a local guy.
Make Michael Beasley the director of player personnel, or like
man, where's Anthony Peeler? I want to do. I ain't gonna throw my idea out there. Somebody might steal it from me, but I'm looking for you, Anthony Peeler. Just know that.
Anthony Peeler, hit us up. You can come on the show anytime you want.
Anytime you want, bro. We'll
let you host it.
Local legend, bro. Yeah. No doubt.
All right, so this is a Chiefs podcast in case you guys are wondering.
Veach season, baby.
Veach season, baby. Happens every damn time. Wild card, bitches. But it's that time of the week for Pop Kingdom. So we already talked about Royals making the playoffs. We already talked a little bit of NBA basketball. I got a conspiracy theory this week, guys. That there's a lot of talk about Patrick Mahomes' footwork and all these things. I have a theory that he's just too damn tired at the moment. The man can't stop getting his wife pregnant during the season. And he has a toddler. He has two kids that are basically my kid's age, right? Like they're like months apart from each other. And I'm damn tired all the time. I couldn't imagine like being at the stadium at like 5 a.m. to start practice all day long, going home, getting up in the middle of the night. And I'm sure they have a nanny and all that. But look at the man in the press conferences. He's got black circles around his eyes. Pat is tired. He's worn out.
Can I help your theory out just a little? Go to Brittany's Instagram. The majority of pics of Pat Mahomes are what? Him on the couch taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky, you might be on to something, bro. You got me, bro. You got me. I'm in on this one.
all you dads out there, country boy, you're a dad. We saw your little guy come in the background a minute ago. Beautiful kid, by the way.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, but like,
You might be on to something, Rocky.
Are you damn tired?
All the time.
All the time. Like, being a dad is like you're just tired and then you die.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. And it's just like you love your family, you want to see them, you want to see them happy and all that, but sometimes you just be like, I just want to take a nap.
Yeah. I just want to take a nap. I just let me sleep, especially because I got that 1-year-old, man. And sometimes it'll be like 3:30 in the morning, and I'll just be like on the brink of tears. I'm just like, I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to bed.
Hey, man, I was working like 2 jobs for a long time, and I recently just went down to 1 job and for the time being because my pockets are already my wallet is already hurting. But so now I come home and my daughter it's like 50 Cent 21 questions. As soon as I get home, hey, daddy, what about this? Daddy. And then my daughter is so funny because she's trying to, I don't know if she wants to be a comedian or what, but she's working her material on me every day. Daddy, what do you call a ghost that does such and such? It is like, I don't know. She's working on jokes every day. And it's just like sometimes you want to be like, can I just take a nap just for 5 minutes? It's like they don't care about.
So what do you call a ghost that does such and such?
Boo such and such, I guess. Hey, don't tell her, bro. But the jokes aren't really that funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's dry humor. You just gotta think about it.
Yeah, it's dry humor. Thank you.
Yeah,
her timing's a little bit off.
So that's the
she
thing.
got time. She's only 11.
Kind of humor. That's great.
With the dry humor, it's all about the timing kind of thing. Like Stephen Wright, he was nothing but dry humor and like one-liners, but it's all about the timing with the dry humor.
Yeah, we'll work on the more she lives, the more experience she have, she can expand her comedy. She's Richard Pryor.
Listen, if you think she's ready for an open mic, we'll give her 5 minutes on the show whenever you think she's ready, and she can come on here and test out her material.
She got about 30 seconds of material right now.
Get her 30 seconds. Get her 30 seconds of reps in on the show whenever she wants. Whenever her material is refined, and you think it's ready for the moderately medium time, not the big time, the moderately medium time. All right, I got one more conspiracy theory to try on you guys.
Okay, I'm in on that one though. Count me in on that one.
Me too.
Kramer, are you in on that one?
Yeah, I'm definitely. It only makes sense because I mean I don't.
I thought he was gonna say that he's been to the Super Bowl and there's 20 games for like the last 4 out of 5 years, but he went a totally different direction.
But the thing with Pat is, I think he just wants to live it up. I don't know. He's just doing. I think he wants to challenge himself more than he should. And that's why we're always sitting with these close-ass games where it's like, Pat, you know how to do a 2-step drop. Do it. Can we just get
here's
that
the
done?
thing. Here's what I need Patrick Mahomes to do. Don't be such a good father. Just like stop trying to spend time with your children and just focus on football. Like, let the nannies do their job. Like, you don't need to play with those kids.
Here is the Tom Brady playbook.
Just make money and give it to them, and they'll be fine.
Hey, Pat, you really want to be a good quarterback? Get a divorce and be bad.
Abandon your family, Patrick.
Yeah.
Where's
drink some
priorities?
Yeah. When do you think Pat goes to sleep?
I think Pat goes to sleep at about 11 p.m.
No.
But then he wants to try to wake up in the middle of the night and help out with the kids. And then he turns around. So he's probably up at least one time in the middle of the night for 45 minutes to an hour. And then
that's how the pregnancies happen.
Yeah. And then he's back up at like 4:30 so that he's in the stadium by 5:36.
Pat getting there at 5:36. I'm not gonna be. Well, he lives in
he's 29. He's 29. Yeah. Listen, I was able to go to the club till about 3, and then get up at 8. So I was about 34 5 maybe. So he's
Dang,
he's in way better shape. So man, but that 5 hours a night is rough. Like, but
And
when you're 20,
yeah,
you can do it.
you could do it, but you were
Yeah.
tired
Do
of
it now.
shit. You were tired of shit all day long, and you were like drinking coffee and Red Bulls.
Oh God! Oh, I crashed on a Red Bull one time. It was I stopped drinking. I would be redlining, so I would live that life for about a week and a half. But then that Thursday, I'm gonna crash all day, and yeah. So he doesn't have the luxury of the crash, though.
He doesn't have the luxury of the crash.
When can Pat crash?
When can Pat
Off
sleep?
season, off season.
Saturdays?
But he's out doing like on Formula One and everything else. You know, I mean,
Go to
I tell
Kurt
ya.
games. Like he's always there.
Stop
So when
being
do
a
they
good
check into
father.
they check into hotels like Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they probably got they probably got a curfew.
They
I'd
probably have
hope.
a
Right?
curfew. They have a walkthrough for sure, like a
Saturday
team meeting,
morning.
right? Yeah.
Damn, so when can he crash?
Probably Saturday night before the game. So you're well rested for the game. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then he's getting some good sleep because he still looks tired.
But
See, we need press credentials so we can ask these type of conversations.
Exactly. Well,
so we can
I'm
ask it. Hey, Pat. Hey, I got a question from Veach season. Kramer. Kramer, what's your question? Hey, Pat, when do you go to bed?
That's what I'm saying. We just need to get Pat on the show, right? Just, hey, Pat, come on the show. Just get on the show.
We got to know this as fans, bro. Like, what time do you go to bed?
I promise you, Pat, if you come on the show, we won't ask you a single question about football.
That's going to be my hook, that I want players on the show. I don't want to ask them nothing about football.
No.
If I had Andy Reid on the show, I would ask him about cheeseburgers for at least 45 minutes.
You're gonna do a ranking tier. That'd be the
How do you like
show.
your bun? How do you like your tomato cut? What kind of pickles do you like? What kind of sauce? Have you ever mixed mayonnaise and ketchup? Like
that's
yeah. I would ask him all type of questions. I could do a whole interview on Andy Reid without football.
Like bread and butter or dill for the pickles, man. Like break it down for me. Like, what's the benefits of each on a hamburger? I want to ask Andy, like what would it take him to get pushed to the point where he'd drink a soda? You know, right?
He doesn't drink soda?
No,
I call it pop.
Yeah,
wait a minute, do you call it soda or pop?
You know, I grew up calling it pop, but now that I live here in Florida, everybody says soda so much that I kind of go back and forth. You know, I used to also call
down south is down south is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I used to work at Burger King in Mississippi. They call, let me get a cold drink.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I had a person say, let me have a Coca-Cola. And when I gave them Coca-Cola, they said, no, dude, it's Sprite. Hey, what? Wait a minute.
What kind of Coca-Cola? You didn't ask me what kind of Coca-Cola I wanted.
I didn't know.
I wanted a Sprite Coca-Cola.
It's like, what? Yeah, so down south is crazy. I'm a pop guy. What are you, Kramer?
I'm pop.
So, okay.
I'm a pop guy, I think, at heart. I just say soda sometimes. But yeah, no, he doesn't drink it because he's Mormon. BYU, baby. And so
really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
So how did he gain so much weight then?
Cheeseburgers, bro. Cheeseburgers and French fries.
Hey, my real question is, do you think Andy's a soaker?
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. That's what I tried.
Or is he one of them the thumper ones
to ask Andy Reid if he believed in soaking, and
in a bath?
No.
So this is a
treat for you. This is a treat.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
back it. So the Mormon kids at BYU, they don't believe in sex before marriage. So they believe in what's called soaking, where you insert, but you don't go in and out. You just stick it in and sit there and just soak. And then you pay people to jump up and down on the bed.
Or kick the bed up underneath you.
They crawl under the bed and they push up and down on it from behind to simulate motion. But you're not moving. You're just soaking. So you're not having sex. So I want to ask Andy Reid if he believes in soaking.
the quickness of security as they remove you from the room.
And strip my ass of my press credentials and ban me from
What?
Arrowhead for life.
Is that? Come on, man. That ain't a real thing. Is that a real thing?
It's
It's
real.
a real thing. I mean, Google it if you want, but
Put it on incognito if you could.
yeah, put on incognito.
It's called
mode.
soaking. I thought y'all was talking about taking a bath.
No.
It's
No.
a Mormon. I ain't
So
Mormon.
It is
God.
like taking a bath, except for it's only your penis and the bath is a vagina.
I hate the ass. I hate the ass. So you just sit there. You don't move.
No, you're not allowed to move. You're not allowed.
Never participated in it, so I don't know.
You're not allowed to move. That's why you pay your buddies to jump up and down on the bed and push on it
But
from behind.
You don't want to lose your virginity in front of your butt.
Well, yeah.
I
I mean,
what's
that's
the
the
next
other
step?
thing is, like, say Kramer is there. Say this is a situation. All right, here's the situation, boys. It's the three of us. I'm soaking. You're
Jeez,
on
I'm
the
not in there.
headboard.
I'm
You guys
probably-
are on the
I'm not
headboard.
helping you soak.
You guys are at the headboard and pushing on it. Am I making eye contact with you guys?
No,
Are we high fiving, or am I
That room
just
better be
looking
dark
straight
so I
down?
don't see you.
I'm not in the room, Rocky. I'm
No.
sorry.
Me
No
either.
lights on, no high fives, no direct eye contact.
It's a solo mission for you, buddy. You got this.
Kramer, how am I supposed to finish if you're not looking at me?
Oh my God.
That's ridiculous, actually.
Okay, so clearly this is the last show we're gonna do.
This
So let's
season,
just go out with a bang. Are the
Yeah.
lights on or off?
I guess it's a preference thing. Like, it's all comfort level.
It's mood lighting. It's dimming.
Yeah. I imagine since it's
That's
going on
hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I think since it's at college, it's probably like a black light with like a Cypress Hill poster in the background.
I don't want a black light in college. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. I would never ask what soaking is ever.
Yeah. So anyway, back to my other conspiracy theory.
Oh, we're there.
We got more.
Yeah, no,
We have more.
we never actually got to the second
It's
conspiracy
Veach season, baby.
theory.
You never know what's going to happen.
The second conspiracy theory is Taylor Swift skipping the last two games on purpose to take the conversation away from her being a distraction on Travis Kelce? She's doing him a favor because everybody says that he needs to focus on football, that he's too distracted, he's not dedicated to football. And if she's not at the situation, then there's no perceived distraction.
I'm not buying that one whatsoever.
No, I don't think so.
There's no reason for like.
I think it's the opponents actually.
It's like, why would you want to go
She's
to?
like,
why would you want to first travel to Atlanta, the other one travel to Los Angeles, knowing the Chiefs are going to win? I don't care how close the games were. I already knew the Chiefs were going to win those games no matter what. I don't think Travis wants to bring his luggage, aka his girlfriend, with him.
We know why. We know why she'd want to go to Atlanta because we know that Travis is in the strip club watching it slap.
She probably was told to stay away from Atlanta.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the word on the street is they did go to some clubs down
Magic
there.
City.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in Magic City.
That was a fairly true.
Yeah, they all showed up.
Nobody wants to see the Chargers play. Nobody wants to see that. So that's an automatic skip. She probably will be in New Orleans though.
Mm-hmm. That's more her scene. That's more like I think the Mardi Gras. Like,
is she on tour right now? What is she doing right now?
So here's the deal: is that they say the actual reason why she hasn't been at the games is because she's the final leg of the Eras tour is coming down through Florida and all.
She's still on the Eras tour.
Yeah, and so she's preparing. She's preparing to go back on tour and make more money.
They did a movie already. What is she still on tour for?
She made $1 billion off of it.
She made a movie about the tour, and they're still on it.
Yeah, you can make it.
What is this going to be a sequel? What is this? A Friday the 13th franchise?
Yeah, it is.
No, Eras Tour Part 7.
It's more like
Taylor takes Germany. Like what?
Yeah, it's more like scary movie.
Christ.
It's like the scary movie franchise instead of Friday the 13th. You know, where he's like, "You want to touch my nub?" The Scary Movie 3. You touch the nub, just touch the nub.
Grab my strong hand.
I made it with my strong hand.
Proceeds to scoop the mashed potatoes.
Hey, what's dude's name? Chris.
Chris
what's
Elliott.
his name? Chris who?
Elliott. Chris Elliott.
He's hilarious. He is hilarious. He's been hilarious since we were kids.
Forever. But I shit you not, he looks like every single Cincinnati Bengals fan. Like you watch Bengals fans in the stands, they all look like Chris Elliott. Every single one of them.
I knew the show was all over the place. I didn't know we was going to do This is amazing. It's probably the chili. It's probably their diet.
It's probably
affecting their hair loss.
Can you imagine what the bathrooms at the Bengals Stadium look like with like 60,000 people all hopped up on Skyline chili?
Do you think they have troughs or do they have?
Man, I think they probably have troughs, but I think that the line is probably for the stalls because people are just blowing it out with the Skyline chili.
No. They're using the troughs to blow it out in the Skyline.
Yeah, chili. they're all. Was that movie that with was Bill Murray and where he was the bowler? What was that movie? Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Yeah,
with Woody Harrelson, right?
Yeah, with Woody Harrelson at one point, he's like, Ish, there's just something different about you that I can't quite put my finger on. And it pans out and he's sitting on the urinal taking a dump. That's what I feel like Bengal Stadium is. Just a bunch of guys that look like Chris Elliott sitting on the urinal taking dumps.
Can we all agree on a serious note? Troughs should be banned from ever being used. Why are we still using that thing?
Yeah, I agree. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's just disgusting. I don't want to stand next to diehard Chiefs fan who's been in the parking lot downing beers all day, and now he got to unload for about a minute and a half.
He's rocking back and forth.
He's rocking back and forth. He has on 4 layers of clothing. He already let a little bit loose before he got all the way out. I don't want to stand next to that guy. I don't want to do that.
I'll tell you what, back in the 80s, this was more prevalent. I don't think you'll find it anywhere today. Every now and again, back in the 80s, you would find a circular trough. And it would be like,
what?
And you would so I'm a wrestler growing up, and I distinctly remember going to these small town high schools for wrestling tournaments when I was a kid, and you go in the bathroom and there's a few of them that had circular oval.
Yeah, I've seen one before.
And you would be standing there
staring
straight across at a grown man, and you're 8 years old trying to take a leak.
You know what's worse than that? You know what's worse than that? When they had those rag things that you can pull down and wipe your hands.
Yeah, it's the same towel and everybody's dirty ass.
Yeah, it's the same towel. You just
that sounds terrible.
Kramer, the 80s were a trip, bro.
Sounds wild.
We didn't have sanitizer back then.
No, clearly.
All of our that's why everybody from our generation survived COVID, because our immune systems are just through the roof from circular troughs and hand towels.
Knock on wood, I never got COVID. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah, a trough though. Ugh, gross. It's so gross.
Oh my god. All right. So moving on, we're skip through past a couple of things because we're.
I'm sorry, I threw y'all off track.
No, hell no.
Never be sorry.
This isn't a never be sorry. This is how every single episode goes. This is our brand. This is so on brand for us. This is what we do. The whole premise of each season is buddies sitting at the bar shooting the shit. So that's exactly what this is. But moving on, we're gonna talk a little bit of Chiefs stuff. But before we do that, I gave you guys each a little bit of homework before the show. All right.
Yes.
We'll start with Country Boy because he's the guest and he's the man of the hour. 4 best albums of all time. And what's the best track on each album?
Okay. Wow. Blueprint, Jay-Z. You Don't Know is my favorite song on that album. Turn my music high. I was just thinking about this. Okay, I got to go LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer, I'm Bad, or Candy. It's a slept on track.
Yeah.
Let me go West Coast. Let me go Tupac. The
All Eyes on
Against
Me.
the World.
Or-
I'm gonna go Me Against the World.
Okay.
But I do like All Eyes on Me though. But there's so many songs on there. Me Against the World, and there's a song called Outlaw on there that I love. Let's go down south. I'm a Master P fan, so I'm going to go to Ice Cream Man. Break You Off Something. Featuring UGK.
Yeah.
Straight out. I try to touch every East Coast, West Coast, down south.
I love it. Dude, I was a No Limit soldier when I was like 13. At least I told my mom
I was every 90 in 98, and I worked at Burger King. A portion of my check went to Sam Goody every weekend.
Nice.
100%. So, but you're going with Master P and not Silk the Shocker.
Hey, Silk was ahead of his time because now people rap like Silk, and he was 20 years ahead of himself. If he would have came out right now, he would be the biggest. He would be the biggest rapper in the game right now.
100%.
Offbeat, it's off kilter. He stutters. He stutters in his raps. I respect Silk the Shocker. As bad as people make him out to be, Charges to the Game is a classic album. I don't care what anybody says.
No, it was one of the first albums I ever paid for with my own money, and then I hid it from my mother so that she wouldn't take it from me because
Man, my sister bought me Dog Food, the Dog Pound album for Christmas.
Yeah. And
my dad seen it before she could wrap it up, and he took it.
Eminem's first album. Here's a true story. Eminem's very first album. I bought it. I owned it. And one
Slim
time,
Shady LP.
Yeah, the Slim Shady LP.
I didn't know if you meant the mixtape or not.
No, the Slim Shady LP. And my mom walked in on me listening to the song. It doesn't age well, but there's a song on that there called "Date Rape," right? On that album.
Yep.
And right, because it was Slim Shady. It was the 90s. You get away with anything. And my mom walked in on me listening to that song, and she was like, "What are you listening to?" And my mom's very religious, and so she said, "How do you think that God would feel knowing that you're listening?"
Oh, your mom is I love your mom.
Man, yeah, that's what
she embarrassed you at your party, and then she put God on you.
She put God on me while I'm listening to Slim Shady, and I was such a punk ass. I looked at it and I go, Mom, I prayed about it, and I feel like it's a decision between me and God, and He's cool with it. She let me keep it.
I got a Slim Shady quickly. I played Kim in front of my ex-girlfriend, and she just stood there in the car looking at me like, "So this is how you feel about it?
This is what's gonna happen? This is what's gonna happen?"
Oh man, Kim, right? You know the song Kim?
Yeah. At least it wasn't Stan, right? At least you weren't like putting her in the trunk.
Yeah. Well, he did put her in the trunk in Kim.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah, that's right.
He kind of throw in the trunk. Go ahead, Kramer. I am. After you say you're a 3-6 Mafia fan, I'm definitely.
Yeah. So we got You Don't Know from Blueprint Jay-Z. We got LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer, I'm Bad, Tupac, Me Against the World, Outlaw, Master P, Ice Cream Man, Break You Off Some. Those are
how I listen to music is I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know half the names of some albums except for the ones that stuck out the most. Like the first one, the first 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, like Mini Men, I love. I mean, I karaoke that song constantly if I could. Love that song.
Nice video too.
Yes.
BET Uncut. I don't know if y'all know about BET Uncut, but
I used to watch.
They would either play it first or they would play it last, but it was always played. So
I would always MTV and BET after school. My brother and I would always watch. Just flip that thing. I'll listen to music constantly. The next one, I'm a big Kid Cudi guy. The Man on the Moon, End of Day, Solo Dolo. Love that.
Nice.
I'll listen to anything Kid Cudi. Go back to Eminem, Without Me on, I believe,
Marshall Mathers, I think.
Which one is that? Is it the Eminem Show?
Is that Martha? It's not Eminem Show, is it? That's Marshall Mathers, I think.
Could be either one. I just know it's a legendary song. Like I
Because it feels so empty without me.
Yes.
Is that the one where he did on MTV and he had like 100 Slim Shady lookalikes?
Yeah.
So that's a good one. That's a good one.
And then I'm not sure what the album is. It might be on Dre, but it's Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre's. Why can't I even think of the song now?
Next episode.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. That's classic. With a Nate Dogg hook. So they got all the elements.
I'm surprised nobody every day. I'm surprised nobody smoke weed every day. I'm surprised nobody had regulators on there.
That's a good one. That's a soundtrack though. So
it is, but
Above the Rim soundtrack.
Above the Rim soundtrack was an awesome soundtrack.
Classic,
I mean, come on. You got Lady of Rage. I rock rough and tough with my Afro puffs. Yeah, rock on with your bad self. That was
and the funny thing about Above the Rim soundtrack, it was in the era between cassettes and CDs.
Yeah.
So the cassette actually had more songs on it than the CD had, which was crazy. Because right after that, I think that was like right after that, cassettes kind of went to the wayside and it was all CDs. Remember Laserdisc?
Oh man, I wanted a Laserdisc player so bad.
Look at Kramer, you don't.
I never got one. So it was
Laserdisc was like a DVD. It was like the first DVD, but it was the size of a record.
Yeah.
So it was huge.
Holy
but
God,
the graphics, the sound, it was amazing at the time. It was way better than VHS. And if you don't know Laserdisc, I know you don't know what a Betamax is, but it was like the size of a record, dude. But it was a DVD. It was like the first DVD. Oh. It was just the size of a record. It was amazing though.
It was like
it didn't have a lot of. They didn't have like a lot of
selection
catalog either. It was like a few. It was only like a couple of movies, but and then DVDs came out like right after that.
Yeah, you'd walk into Sears and they like always had like Jurassic Park playing on Laserdisc on the big old like reverse projection big screen, right?
I think my dad still has. My dad still has it, so it's like in the corner.
That's the only place you could put it. Things are so big.
It was like $1,000 at the time, bro. It was like the next. It was going to be the next wave, and then it was just like these things are huge. It's a big silver record, bro. You got to Google it tonight. You got to Google Laserdisc. It's hilarious.
Like I tell you what, Kramer, if you're rocking that haircut and that hipster mustache, and you show up and you have a party and you bust out a Laserdisc, people are gonna be like, "Wow, that's so ironic and cool." And they'll fall all over you.
That thing is massive. Holy cow!
Yeah,
Kramer looks like that guy that makes beats. And he sings, and he's on the keyboard with like a pink bathroom. You know what I'm talking about? Show me what it is that I don't know his name. But he makes he's hilarious. He's on Twitter. He makes music, and he's talented. He makes the beats like right there, and he's singing and all that, and he just sings about tits all the time. So
Kramer looks like that guy who's a rookie cop and it's his first day on the beat.
Okay.
or the running joke is that Kramer looks like he's a Civil War reenactor.
So you're like the buddy cop movie. You're the rookie, and then I'm the grizzled veteran. Rocky's the grizzled veteran who doesn't like you at all.
Yep. No.
And then y'all develop this weird chemistry.
Kramer's the rookie. You're the grizzled veteran. And I'm the shady ass guy that gives you guys information that's like the rat.
Will we be more 48 hours or Lethal Weapon?
I think we'd be more Lethal Weapon, but if we were 48 hours, then I'm gonna say I'm be more Eva Mendes in this.
Man,
okay.
Just throw me on the bed with a bunch of money.
Funny thing about 48 hours is how many times did they fight in 48 hours? They fought like 6 separate times in the movie.
Oh yeah, 100% they did.
They like fist fought. It's like how are they ever going to get together to solve this crime? They couldn't even solve the crime. They were too busy fighting.
Yeah, well,
they hated each other for the first hour of the movie.
Well, then in Lethal Weapon, like Mel Gibson is like on the verge of like dying in every single one. Like in Lethal Weapon 3, he like dislocates his shoulder and like resets it by hitting it against like a beam.
He was not like that in the second movie though. They never went back to that. Because the whole Lethal Weapon thing was about Mel Gibson. He's a lethal weapon because he's crazy. He lost his wife. Yeah. He's suicidal. He's jumping off buildings. And he was a lethal weapon. And then they just totally went away from that in the rest of this. Then he had kids. He got another wife. Yeah. He had a dog that he loved. It was like, who is this guy?
He falls in love with Rene Russo. And next thing you know,
which was the second one?
For. Yeah.
Was that the second one, Rene Russo?
No, that's the third one. Rene Russo is the one we like gets is the blonde lady, right? He falls in love with in the third one, I think.
Oh. Yeah, because like Kramer, the first movie, he just lost his wife. And was she pregnant too?
Yeah, I think so. And he's like about to blow his brains out in his trailer in the beginning.
Yeah, like it starts off with him like with the gun, like he's about to kill himself. And then they go to Danny Glover, like, hey, you got a new partner. He's a lethal weapon. He's crazy. He's psycho. He's 5150. A great movie. The first Lethal Weapon was really good. The first two were really well. Actually, all four Lethal Weapons were good though.
Yeah, they're all pretty good. Joe Pesci is awesome in those movies.
He started in the third one, right?
Second one. Leo Getz is in the second one. The second one is when he falls in love with like that blonde bombshell, and she's like a bad guy, but then she turns good and falls in love with him, and then the guy she gets killed, right? Like Hans kills her, and then he like loses his mind. But then the third one, where I think Rene Russo is a therapist, and he falls in love with her, and then she like heals him.
Okay, so they did kind of keep the crazy. He's a crazy. He wasn't as bad in the first one. He was like. They were like, yeah, this guy's probably going to kill himself any day.
yeah, basically, yeah. In the first one, they're like in that Christmas tree lot, and next thing you know,
he takes on four guys all by himself, no backup. He jumps off the building with the suicide person.
Yeah.
After they just
he jumps off the building.
Danny Glover's like, what did I do to deserve? I don't deserve this.
Danny Glover throughout every single like Lethal Weapon movies, just like, I'm too old for this shit.
Bro, he was 50 in.
All right, so you guys want to talk about the Chiefs today?
Yeah, let's talk about the Chiefs.
We might as well.
So Rashee Rice is getting a second opinion on his knee. What do we think? Are we thinking that it is the ACL? Are we thinking that it's something else? Like,
what is going on?
No
like,
idea.
why is he getting it? What's going on? Is it torn? Is it not? Is it worse? Is it better?
Torn?
You said what?
Is it partially torn? Is there such thing as a partially torn ACL?
Yeah, I think so. So is it? Bro, this is the weirdest. It had to be weird, right? Because it's the Chiefs. It had to be weird.
It had to be Patrick Mahomes hurting him, first of all.
Patrick Mahomes whiffing on a tackle and pops Rashee Rice in the leg, hyperextends his leg. He gets hurt. He clearly, and the heartbreaking part was seeing him on the bench trying to stand up, and it's like, oh, God, why did they even show that?
Yes.
And then he goes against the MR, and then to make it even more weird, Andy Reid, who never talks during halftime speeches, he never says anything. All I know is it's not good, Diana, whoever.
Yeah.
He never says things like that. He never gives you clues. And he said, no, it's not good. And it's like, what? And now he's taking an MRI, and now you got to go get a second opinion. Like, what is going on here? It had to be weird. We never do anything just straight down the line.
It's because Brett Veach is out there doing that voodoo shit, trying to channel the dark arts to heal.
I need 85 more chickens and a rabbit tail, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't care what I gotta do. It's worth it to me, so I don't have to give up a draft pick to get another wide receiver in here.
That's why when you and Serta did the post game show, and you're like, or I don't know if it was you or Serta, it's like, man, I just want an easy just a win, just to relax. I just want a relaxing game on a clear Sunday. The birds are chirping and all that, and I'm like, dude, it's never easy. It's never easy with the Chiefs. It's always something weird. Why would they need a second opinion? When have they ever did this?
I'll tell you what, I hate the fact that now we're getting a second opinion. I mean, if it's torn, it's torn. Like, I mean, it's not like you can't do anything about it except for rehab it and get surgery or something. But if it's this case, I think the NFL should adopt how the NHL does their stuff. They say it's a lower body injury. That's what they do not specify anything else. Because that's where you're over here talking about this. It's like, I want to know now.
Okay, so here's a conspiracy theory on this thing then. All right. Maybe there is something they could do about it. We got Taylor Swift in our corner. We have unlimited resources, guys. If there's a German doctor in the Swiss Alps that can inject, like, I don't know, stem cells from a walrus into his knee, and next thing you know, it takes 4 weeks to heal, we're going to find it, right? Like, if there is some mad scientist out there that is like putting people in like the Wolverine adamantium chamber to like heal their injuries for the super rich and famous. I mean, Magic Johnson didn't have AIDS a decade before people stopped having AIDS. You know, if you're rich enough, they can heal you.
It's true.
So maybe,
I always wanted to know where he got his medicine from, because he had medicine back in '89.
He did.
So you know what happened? Word is they called Mr. Miyagi, and he was and touched that knee, and it was all. Now they want their second opinion.
And now they want that second opinion. I'm telling you, if you have enough money, there's a solution to anything.
Kramer, are you young enough? Are you old enough to get the Karate Kid reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, right, my wheelhouse growing up.
So, Kramer, what's the shadiest thing you would do to heal Rashee Rice?
Ooh, the shadiest thing?
Oh my God.
Like if like there's somebody you've never met before, and they're like push this guy off a building and Rashee Rice will be healed.
Oh my goodness, that sounds terrible. How about this?
You don't know him. Okay, wait a minute. This guy's gonna go home and kill somebody if you don't push him off this building. But if you push him off the building, Rashee Rice is healed.
You got the Sixth Sense Bruce Willis touch, so you can find out that he touched you and you felt it, like, oh, he's hurting kids.
Yeah.
I would trade a healthy Rashee Rice for the remainder of the season, not guaranteeing a Super Bowl win by any means, but the healthy Rashee Rice for the Royals to get swept out of the playoffs, won't be there to win a World Series in 5 years.
So you would take the Royals getting swept this week
year, and then not make the playoffs, but when they do in 5 years, they win the World Series.
Ooh, that's difficult, because who wants to hear Royals fans bitch for 5 years? That's a good sacrifice. I like that one.
What about every single game that Rashee Rice is healed for this season? You're missing one shoulder blade.
Me?
You only got two.
Yeah. You just lose a shoulder blade every game he plays.
I think I'm good.
Week.
I think I'm good. I will never do that.
I don't need two shoulder blades.
Yeah, but if you need to get another shoulder blade for the next week, you'll have two, and then week 3 you have none.
No, I mean it regenerates every Monday.
And so I'm getting my shoulder blade to regenerate, just giving it to him for that game.
Yeah, like you basically every week.
How long are you without the shoulder blade?
The whole week. And then it comes back on Monday.
Because then you're just walking around like this all week.
And you got to make the decision. I'm going to give you my shoulder blade again for one more week. So if he goes out and lays an egg and plays like crap, you're like, bro, I gave up my shoulder blade this week for that. Like, you owe me, Rashee Rice.
I don't know about that one. Don't know about it.
Would you shave your entire body for Rashee Rice to be healthy?
Yeah. Yep, I would.
Including that glorious mustache. Would you? You got to shave it off. No hair.
I'm already pasty as it is. You know how white I'd look if I had all this hair on?
We're talking full eyebrows. You look like powder, right? From the movie
no,
Powder.
All you'll
not
see is
a
my
single-
freckles. That's it.
not a shred of hair on your body.
You know what?
Just
I like
alopecia
being
body.
clean. I want to be pure. Why not?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Did you say
Everybody-
he looked like powder?
Yeah. Everybody be like,
Terrible movie.
I don't know what disease he has, but he has something. Look at that guy.
And Kramer, have you seen
I have
Powder
not.
before?
No, I have not.
Jesus.
Mm.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
I think it's about I don't know if he was an alien or what, but he was an all-white kid with red eyes, and he had special powers.
And he had no hair anywhere on his body.
His name
Anywhere
was
on his
Powder.
body. Yeah, his name was Powder.
It was Powder.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That's way more pastier than what I am. Jeez,
Yeah, it
boys.
is. It is. All right. So if Rashee Rice has a torn ACL, what are the Chiefs going to do? Are they going to make a move for a wide receiver? If so, who? What would you do?
I think this is going to piss the entire Chiefs kingdom off, but I don't think they're going to make a move. I think they're going to depend on Travis. Noah's going to have to step up. I think they got a nice running game and they got a great defense right now, and they might just have to lean on that. And I know this is the thing about Chiefs fans. And okay, this is my soapbox right here. A lot of Chiefs fans love the 2018 season. Pat threw 50 touchdowns and it was flashy and it was great and we had epic games. But you know what? Our defense was horrendous. Do you know why the LA Rams game was 54-51? Because we needed to score 51. They gave up every point. Do you know why the Patriots game was back and forth? Because they gave up 38. We had to score. Every point that was scored had to be scored. Those aren't blowout games. Those are all close. It's 38-35. It's 41-38. They're all close. He had to score 50 touchdowns. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't style points. It was a necessity. And I think people forget how bad we really were. 2018, we weren't supposed to be competing. You got a fresh rookie. You just lost Alex Smith, who was, like it or not, Alex Smith was bringing winning culture to Kansas City. Nobody knew what Pat Mahomes was. Because all we had was a Denver game. He didn't even throw a touchdown in that game. He had a few throws. He had some nice throws. But our defense was horrendously bad. They needed every single point they scored that year. And I think people like sweep that under the rug and they just think about, well, we had 50 that game and 40 that game and 38 that game. But it was not easy, man. It was not easy. He's a way better quarterback. They're a way better team than they were in 2018. And I think a lot of people just like to fantasize about those high numbers, but they don't really get the context of why those numbers had to be so high.
Well, I agree with you 100% on the defensive point. That's
my soapbox movement.
Counterpoint, if you could give up the L'Jarius Sneed pick for Deontay Johnson from the Carolina Panthers. Here's the deal with Deontay Johnson right now. Deontay Johnson, if you look at his number, it says he's making $10 million this year. $3 million of that was signing bonus. $7 million of that was base salary, which means that's broken up over 17 games. The Chiefs currently have $4.6 million in cap space, which means if they waited 3 weeks to pull the trigger on the trade, they currently have the cap space to make the move right now without having to do anything else.
I don't know if Deontay Johnson is the guy, but I'm definitely waiting till the deadline to make a move. I'm not making a move this week.
I've seen Amari Cooper's name being popped up in trades, and now you're the first one that said Deontay Johnson. Those are two dudes that all they do is drop footballs. We saw Amari Cooper had a drop that ended up becoming an interception this last week.
He got seven of them.
Yeah, he leads the leagues in drop right now, and
right.
Do not touch. I don't think either one of those guys. I think they're fine with what they have.
Okay,
You don't sign.
Adam Thielen.
No, I don't think they should trade anything. There's literally a guy that's Adam Thielen on free agency right now. His name's Hunter Renfrow. Go get him, and he's there. Boom, done. But I don't think they're going to do anything. You just don't sign Juju Smith-Schuster for depth, McCole Hardman for depth, not just to use them now, and now you're scared. Use the guys you already have.
You know what they're going to do is they're going to go out and sign Richie James and Kadarius Toney.
Oh boy! Now I could see Richie James making a comeback. That wouldn't shock me at all.
I've seen. Hey, this is how you know Chiefs fans are crazy.
Oh.
I've seen people clamor for DeMarcus Robinson.
I saw that too, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
I don't know if Chiefs fans remember, but I certainly remember guys saying, "Get him off of the team. He doesn't know how to go forward. He goes 3 yards back, and then he gets caught." They were complaining heavily about DeMarcus Robinson, and today I've seen a lot of people asking for DeMarcus Robinson back. It's just funny how times change. I guess, where's Chris Conley at? Is he not available?
Yeah, right. Byron Pringle is. I think Byron Pringle's available.
Byron Pringle. Can we get him off the? Where's he at these days?
Yeah.
Bring Albert Wilson out of retirement. Let's see what he's doing these days.
Old dad sweatshirt.
I really don't think they make a move, bro. I think it's going to cost too much draft capital, and I just think a lot of teams aren't going to want to play with us because why? They're on their way. Especially, bro, imagine us riding in to the trade deadline 8-0. Who's going to want to deal with us?
Apparently, the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills do this. Anything.
They got no problem trading with us.
Oh, you need to call Coleman? Here you go. You just have him.
Yeah, exactly.
Buffalo trades Khalil Shakir to the Chiefs today for nothing.
Wouldn't be shocked if they ever did that.
You know who's on a practice squad out there. So basically, Rashee Rice was an emerging Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Equiminius St. Brown is available on a practice squad.
He's been rumored to Kansas City. I don't want him because I can't pronounce his name. So
I don't want him because I'd have to write those articles over on Arrowhead Pride and try to figure out how to spell Equiminius.
Oh my God. How many letters is in that?
I have no idea.
Sounds like 17, at least 17.
The week we played the Bengals, I had to write a Kingsley article, and I was like, "Are you kidding me, Pete? Like I got to spell the word Cincinnati and Kingsley Suamataia."
Why is Cincinnati so hard to spell?
That's a great question.
That's why they changed it to Cincy. Somebody shortened it to Cincy because they couldn't spell Cincinnati. Well, it's like, how many T's is in this?
Like,
are you guys familiar? Are you guys familiar with Patrice O'Neal, the comedian?
Yeah.
He has a joke about not being able to spell banana. It's like, imagine a guy has a gun to your mom's head and he's like, spell restaurant. You're like,
No, 100%.
Oh man! Hey, thank God for a spell check on your phones. Like when he just finishes the word for you
every time. Restaurant, Cincinnati,
banana. It's like what?
Necessary.
Oh, necessary.
Yeah.
You ever get caught up on Mississippi and have to sing the MISSIS?
That's the only way I can spell it. Or Independence. Or you just go INDEP. You know what I mean?
Like little Kramer, like, where are you from? Kramer? What's the name of the town you live in?
Oh God, Kramer, you're from Kansas City?
No, I'm from St. Joseph, a little up north.
St. Joe.
Oh, okay, cool. Ain't nothing wrong with St. Joe.
Yeah,
there's a lot wrong with St. Joe.
I'll tell you that.
All right,
I got a couple people up in St. Joe. Shout out to Chris.
All right, before we get out of here, let's talk a little bit about the Chiefs' next game against they're playing against the New Orleans Saints, aka the Kansas City Chiefs alma mater defense, with Colin Saunders, Willie Gay, and Tyrann Mathieu.
Is Saunders off the injury list yet?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up and see.
This is one of those games where Tyrann Mathieu has like 3 interceptions, and
he's going to have one of his little signature. Oh, I'm in the right spot. The right time's going to fall right here and get it.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, I think we can still win the game, but it's just gonna look like it's like, God.
Are we worried about Alvin Kamara? Or are we pretty confident in our run defense?
They face some good. They face Derrick Henry. They face Bijan Robinson. Alvin Kamara can do a little bit of it all, though. So Leo Chanel is going to have to step up this week. It's going to be Leo. You're going to have to bring it this week. Nick Bolton is going to have another good game, and then apology tour, stop 3 for Nick Bolton. So
yeah,
this should play into his wheelhouse.
Got some bad news, boys.
Oh,
it's going to be above 50 degrees Monday night, and Derek Carr's playing. Just want to throw that out there.
Are they in the dome? In the dome?
Isn't it in KC?
Oh, it's in Kansas City. Oh, never mind. We're winning. Yeah,
fine.
Derek Carr don't do cold weather.
It's supposed to be 77's the high on Monday.
That's
night
cold for Derek Carr.
No,
That's cold for Derek Carr.
DC is playing like 2016 DC.
Derek Carr has had MVP seasons and came in Kansas City and it was cold and he looked like a high school quarterback multiple times.
One game to be exact, I was there. It was very cold in December, and that was the game where the Chiefs put up like 58, and I think the fireworks ran out that game or something. All I know is I was in the parking lot before the fourth quarter ended, so I was trying to get the hell out of there, and I still couldn't get out.
That's that great game that Rocky's talking about, the one where you can we out of here. We seen it.
Yeah, we got here. We seen enough.
It's been a long time since we had one of those games.
Yeah,
I was at the Mahomes just got back from the injury Tennessee game.
Yeah,
and it was like, we got this. Let's walk to the parking lot. Walking to the stairs, fireworks. They probably scored a field goal. Who cares? By the time I got to my car, we had lost. I was like, what? Tennessee fans were like, hey, man, that Mahomes kid, he's a good kid, man. And like, what are the fireworks for? What happened?
Yeah,
because they're beating us. That's what the fireworks are for.
The Chiefs haven't had an easy game since the Raiders decided to huddle on at midfield on us before the game.
And the Raiders, the Kermit the Frog puppet thing was so stupid. Why would you do that?
I'm a Raiders fan. I still don't get it.
You're a Raiders fan?
Hold on, tilt the head over here.
Yeah.
So buddy. You want to see what's
this is an ongoing storyline. Is that I piss on the Raiders as much as possible on this podcast because Kramer is a Raiders fan who works for Arrowhead Pride and does a Chiefs podcast. But
I understand.
But we're gonna have to have Pete gonna have to do more security on this.
I know.
He already knows.
He needs to learn how to vet some shit is the deal.
Equal employer opportunity. Even Serta got me on here.
I would tell you the only thing about that is you're completely unbiased because you definitely don't want to say the good stuff you have to say about the Chiefs if you're a Raiders fan.
No, I'm completely biased. I call it night and day. I know that the Chiefs, there's a gap. AFC analogy here. So when it comes to hierarchy from how I think this division is going to end, Chiefs here, there can be so much space here because it doesn't matter. You got Raiders, Chargers, Broncos. That's just how this goes in the AFC West. And this is a damn good team, and I completely call it fair. And I think that's why most people kind of like what I say at times because it's I'm an outsider looking in, and I see the greatness from the outside.
For now, you're an outsider looking in because we have a bet that if the Chiefs three-peat, he has to become a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So when the Chiefs.
So what goes in? Okay. All right. So let me add to that bet. He has to buy the Chiefs package. You got to get a hat. You got to get a scarf. Got to get a jersey.
The thing is,
I ain't even gonna let you get an authentic jersey. You got to get one of them T-shirt jerseys.
I already got an authentic jersey
with the number on it. It's not even a real jersey.
I got me an authentic jersey already. And I have me one of them Pat Mahomes where it's just his face all over the T-shirt.
No, you got to get a jersey that you regret, like Tamarick Vanover.
No, you got to get a Dan Sorensen or something.
Yeah.
Oh, because he white?
No.
I'm joking.
You might have to get a Larry Johnson jersey.
You got to get a Ben Neiman jersey.
No.
Yeah, you got to get somebody that the Chief fan
Yeah.
will look at you like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
the guy we shall not name."
like
The
Lynn
kicker.
Elliott. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
man
kicker,
we shall not name. Yeah,
the
Lynn
And,
Elliott.
and we're
Lynn
just
Elliott.
gonna film. We're just gonna walk
Cairo
30 feet
Santos.
behind you
Got you.
and film you while you
Yeah.
walk through the stadium with a Lynn Elliott jersey.
You should get a Nick Lowry jersey. He smacked a kid.
Really want a Tommy Townsend one. Like if I get
Nick
a Townsend
Lowry
one,
smacked the kid. What
Yeah,
are
he
you
was in
saying?
New York. He hit a ball boy. He got in trouble. He punched like a 13-year-old ball boy or something like that on the sideline. He got mad at the kid. This was after he left the Chiefs and he went to New York. He smacked the 13-year-old ball boy.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I did not know.
nah. Give me either a Jack Cochran or a Leo Chanel.
Nah, Leo's too cool for you.
It's too cool. That's too cool. It's too cool. No, it's gotta be something like Mike Maslowski. You can do Mike Maslowski.
Oh,
What about DeVito? Give me a little old lineman type of guy.
There you go. You can do that.
yeah, Mike DeVito. Shout out to Mike DeVito. He was the very first guest I had on Kingdom Kast was Mike DeVito.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I will always
cool,
love
man.
him for that. He's you cannot say nothing wrong about Mike
He is
DeVito.
a very cool dude. He really
He
is.
is very, very, very good. Very good. I love him. He's a great guy.
Vrabel. I'm getting Vrabel. Said done.
That's
Boom.
a good jersey. That's a good jersey.
one. I like
What was his
that.
number? 50? He was a 50, I think.
I think so. All right, guys. We got to wrap this up.
What's the final score? Let's just go final score.
All right, let's go. We go. Final score prediction.
1 week from today.
1 week. Yeah, Chiefs versus Saints. What's your score?
I am real funny about score predictions. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ruin the show. Let's go. I got the Chiefs by 6 points.
Okay.
A W.
What do you
Is it
got?
gonna be a
Kramer?
nail
And it's going to be defensive. It's going to be a lot of. I'm sorry, guys. There's not going to be a lot of fireworks in this one. There's going to be a defensive struggle.
A Monday night fail, huh? I think it's the other way around. I think we're gonna get like a 34-32 Chiefs victory, of course, off of Harrison Butker game-winning field goal.
As long as we win.
Yeah, as long as we win.
I'm gonna say
Just win, baby.
12-6 Chiefs. 5 safeties. 5 safeties. Or 6 safeties. 6 safeties. 6 safeties. They're gonna get 6 safeties on Derek Carr, and the Saints will get 2 field goals.
Then you and Sir are gonna do the post game like this.
Yeah,
Chiefs
like,
win 12-6.
Chiefs win 12-6.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
if we get 12 safeties, I'm gonna be like Chris Jones, Defensive Player of the Year. Let's go. And I'll take that angle. I swear I'm gonna be more positive in the post game shows this year.
Y'all did good. Y'all did good.
Positive vibes, Rocky.
Positive vibes.
No Rocky vibes.
Yeah, just stay. I'm gonna channel my inner Kramer Sansone and just be the world's puppy dog that's just happy about everything.
Namaste.
And namaste. Namaste. Your life.
I got one last question. I gotta throw you guys off just one more time.
Let's do it.
Your name is Rocky. Is that your real name or is that a nickname?
Real name, 100%. Born on my birth certificate.
What is your favorite Rocky movie?
Favorite Rocky movie? So originally it was always Rocky 4, right? Because Rocky 4 is the shit because he's, fighting for America and freedom and because Apollo Creed gets killed. Now, as I'm a dad, I kind of like Rocky Balboa, right? Because I like that speech he gives.
Sleeper,
right?
sleeper movie.
Yeah,
Sleeper.
That's a sleeper movie. But then if we also want to think about it, we talk about Creed 2 when he gets cancer. Ooh. Was that Creed 2 he gets cancer or Creed 1? I think it's Creed.
That was
Creed
the one.
1.
That was one. That was one.
Creed 1 when he gets cancer. I tell you what, it's the first time I saw my own mortality in the mirror because like growing up, Rocky was always like the hero. Rocky Balboa was like the guy I looked up to as a kid in all movies, my favorite movie character, and seeing Rocky Balboa as a mortal human who could possibly die of cancer. I like straight up looked in the mirror and I felt like I had cancer for a hot second. Like, or that I was it was an emotional moment for me seeing Rocky Balboa get cancer and go through that in Creed. So Creed is a strong contender, but I think I'm going to lean on Rocky Balboa. I like Rocky Balboa a lot.
Rocky never ceases to make. I thought he was gonna go a whole different direction. He got like kind of deep and serious on me. I like that. Kramer, what's your favorite Rocky movie?
That's gotta be the first one. It's always classic, and that's the only one I can honestly envision in my mind because the classic, him running up the first time up the steps,
The music, yeah,
freaking going, it's going.
Wait, you mean it's not Rocky 3 where he gets thrown in the stands by Hulk Hogan and then Mr. T goes, prediction?
I'm not a Hulk Hogan
Rocky
guy.
Rocky 3 is my favorite. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questionable scenes in Rocky 3. Running on the beach is very questionable.
You like him and Apollo in those short shorts.
Look, Paulie being a low-key racist is kind of questionable. Apollo training him and he's somehow as fast as Apollo at the end of it is ridiculous. But Rocky 3 was fun, and Mr. T absolutely he killed Mickey by yelling at him. That's how terrible.
Literally killed Mickey by yelling at him.
My sleeper pick though, Rocky 5 with Tommy Morrison, because Touch Me and I'll Sue is like one of the funniest things.
That's a great one. Touch Me and I'll sue.
Touch me and I'll sue. And then Rocky finally punches him in the gut and he says, "For what?" Because Rocky doesn't have anything anyway. So he's like,
at the end of it. You know, when that movie came out, I was working out after wrestling practice. I was like 12, something like that. I was working out wrestling practice at Gold's Gym in Olathe, and Tommy Morrison was in there lifting, and I met Tommy.
Nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Oh God, we the city loved Tommy Morrison, and he ruined it. Rest in peace, Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, Tommy Morrison was a real one. All right,
okay,
guys.
I had to get that Rocky question out of there.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Hey, dude, anytime, open invitation. Come on the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate you. I hope I didn't go too crazy tonight.
Dude, there is no too crazy. There is. This is Veach season. This is Veach season. This is on brand. But guys,
I just can't wait to get that call from Serta. Like, yeah, I watched the show. Yeah, we're scrapping that whole.
No, that's never happened.
No, never happened. It's never happened. That's the beauty of Serta. He gives us the leeway to be ourselves.
Shout out to Serta, man.
Shout out to Serta. He's the man. Hey guys, we need those 5-star reviews though. So not just for us, for Kingdom Kast as well. Get out there.
Thank you, please.
You guys know the drill. For us, any 5-star review, we're going to read it live on the air. It doesn't matter what you say. You can literally call me a piece of shit in the review, and I'll read it. I'll read it on the air and tell you thank you. Yep. So we're the independent voice in the wilderness, bringing you all the Chiefs information and everything else that tickles our fancy. Until then, love each other. Love it. Find somebody, squeeze them. There's more that brings us together than separates us. So thank you for the privilege. Hope we earned the privilege of your time. Have a great week, everybody.
Peace.